Have you ever felt like your own mind is working against you? One small negative thought appears, and suddenly you start thinking about failure, fear, and problems that are not even real. But what if you could take control of your thoughts instead of letting them control your life? Stay with me until the end, because the final lesson could completely change the way you think. Comment below, do you control your thoughts, or do your thoughts control you? Lesson 1. Your mind is not your enemy. Have you ever had a day when everything was going well, but one small thought changed your whole mood? Maybe you woke up feeling happy. Then one question came into your mind. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I'm not good enough? In just a few minutes, your confidence became fear. Your smile disappeared. Your energy went down. The strange thing is that nothing around you changed. The only thing that changed was your thought. This happens to millions of people every day. If this happens to you, do not think you are weak. You are human today. You are going to learn the first and most important truth about controlling your thoughts. This one lesson can change the way you look at your own mind forever. Many people believe that every thought in their mind is true. This is the biggest mistake. Your mind creates thoughts all day long. Some thoughts are helpful, some thoughts are useless, some thoughts are completely wrong. But because the thoughts come from inside your own mind, you believe them without asking any questions. Imagine someone says, "You cannot do this." You may disagree with that person. But when your own mind says the same thing, you often believe it. That is why your mind can become your biggest problem. Not because it wants to hurt you, but because you trust every thought without checking if it is true. Think about a student before an exam. The student studied for many days. The student knows the answers. But one thought appears. What if I forget everything? Suddenly the heart starts beating faster. The hands become cold. Fear takes over. During the exam, the student makes mistakes because of fear, not because of a lack of knowledge. The problem was never the exam. The problem was one small thought that was accepted as truth. Now think about another example. You send a message to someone. 1 hour passes. There is no reply. Your mind starts creating stories. Maybe they are angry with me. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe they do not like me anymore. You become worried. You feel sad. Then after some time they reply, "Sorry, I was busy." All the fear you felt came from a story your mind created. It was never real. This is how powerful thoughts can be. Here is something very important to understand. Your brain is designed to protect you. Thousands of years ago, people had to watch for danger every day. If they ignored danger, they could lose their lives. Because of this, the human brain learned to notice problems before happiness. Even today, your brain still works in a similar way. It looks for danger, mistakes, and possible problems. That is why negative thoughts often come faster than positive ones. This does not mean your life is bad. It simply means your brain is trying to protect you, even when there is no real danger. Sometimes you may think, why do I always think negatively? The answer is simple. Your brain is doing what it was trained to do. But there is good news. Just because your brain creates a thought does not mean you have to follow it. This is where real change begins. The moment you understand that a thought is only a thought, you become stronger than your fear. Look at the sky for a moment in your imagination. Clouds move across the sky all day. Some clouds are white, some are dark, some stay for a few minutes, then they disappear. Your thoughts are just like those clouds. They come and they go, but you are not the clouds, you are the sky. The sky stays calm, even when the clouds keep moving. In the same way, you can stay calm even when many thoughts enter your mind. This simple idea can give you great peace. Many successful people also have negative thoughts. They feel fear before giving a speech. They feel nervous before making a big decision. They sometimes doubt themselves. The difference is that they do not stop because of those thoughts. They keep moving forward. They know that thoughts are visitors. They do not let every visitor become the owner of the house. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. The first time you tried, your mind probably said, "You will fall." Maybe you did fall, but if you listened only to that thought, you would never learn. Instead, you got up and tried again. Today you can ride without even thinking about it. This happened because your actions became stronger than your fear. The same rule works in every part of life. Many people wait for confidence before taking action. They say, "I will start when I stop feeling afraid." But confidence does not come first. Action comes first. Then confidence grows little by little. Every time you choose action over fear, your mind learns a new lesson. It learns that you are stronger than your thoughts. From today, I want you to ask one simple question whenever a negative thought appears. Ask yourself, is this really true, or is my mind just trying to protect me? This one question can stop many unnecessary worries. You do not need to fight your thoughts. You only need to stop believing every single one of them. Remember this, your mind is a powerful tool. It can help you build a beautiful life. But if you never learn to guide it, it can also fill your life with fear that does not even exist. The goal is not to have a perfect mind. The goal is to have a trained mind. A trained mind knows the difference between facts and fear. A trained mind does not panic because of every small thought. This is only the beginning of your journey. You have learned that your thoughts are not always true. You have learned that your brain naturally looks for danger. Most importantly, you have learned that you are not your thoughts. You are the person who chooses whether to believe them or not. That choice is more powerful than you can imagine. But now a very interesting question comes into your mind. If we should not believe every thought, then should we simply stop thinking? Many people try exactly that. They try to push every negative thought out of their minds. They force themselves to think only positive thoughts. But something surprising happens. The harder they try, the stronger those thoughts become. Why does this happen? The answer is fascinating, and once you understand it, you will never look at your mind in the same way again. That is exactly what you're going to discover in the next lesson. Lesson 2. Stop fighting your thoughts. Now you know one important truth. Every thought that comes into your mind is not true. But after learning this, many people make another mistake. They think, "I will stop all my negative thoughts from today." It sounds like a good plan, but the truth is very different. The more you try to stop a thought, the stronger it becomes. This is one of the biggest secrets about the human mind. If you understand this lesson, you will stop wasting your energy fighting your own brain. Let me show you something. Right now, for the next 10 seconds, do not think about a big white bear. Do not imagine its face. Do not imagine its soft white fur. Do not imagine it walking in the snow. Try your best not to think about it. What happened? The white bear probably appeared in your mind almost immediately. You wanted to avoid it, but your brain brought it back again. This is exactly how thoughts work. Your mind does not understand the word "do not" the way you think it does. When you tell yourself, "do not worry," your brain first has to think about worry. When you say, "do not be afraid," your brain first thinks about fear. That is why trying to force thoughts away often makes them stronger. Think about a night when you could not sleep. You were lying in bed, and you kept saying to yourself, "I have to sleep. I must sleep now." But the more you tried, the more awake you became. Your mind became busy. You looked at the clock again and again. You started worrying about tomorrow. One small thought became many thoughts. Soon your mind was full of noise. The real problem was not sleep. The real problem was that you were fighting your own mind. The same thing happens with fear. Imagine you have to give a speech in front of your class. You tell yourself, do not be nervous. Do not shake. Do not make a mistake. But now your full attention is on fear. Your heart beats faster. Your hands feel cold. You become even more nervous. The fear grows because you keep feeding it with your attention. Here is something you should always remember. Whatever gets your attention becomes stronger. If you keep looking at fear, fear grows. If you keep looking at worry, worry grows. Your attention is like water. Wherever you pour it, that thing begins to grow. This does not mean you should never have negative thoughts. Every human being has them. Even successful people have moments of fear. Even confident people sometimes doubt themselves. The difference is that they do not fight every thought. They let the thought come, and then they let it go. Imagine you are sitting beside a road. Cars are passing in front of you. Some cars are big, some are small, some are fast, some are slow. Would you run after every car? Of course not. You simply watch them pass. Your thoughts are just like those cars. They come into your mind and then they leave. You do not have to jump into every thought. You do not have to follow every story your mind creates. This is called becoming an observer. Instead of living inside every thought, you simply notice it. You say to yourself, there is a worried thought, or there is a fearful thought. You notice it without judging yourself. This simple habit creates a little space between you and your thoughts. That small space gives you freedom. Many people believe they must think positively every second of the day. This is not possible. Nobody stays positive all the time. Life has good days and bad days. Your goal is not to become someone who never has negative thoughts. Your goal is to become someone who is not controlled by them. Think about the ocean. Waves keep coming all day. You cannot stop the waves, but you can learn how to swim. In the same way, you cannot stop every thought from entering your mind, but you can learn how to deal with those thoughts in a calm and healthy way. The next time a negative thought comes, do not panic. Do not say, "Why am I thinking like this?" Instead, smile for a moment and say, "This is just another thought." That one sentence can change everything. You stop treating every thought like an emergency. You stop giving every thought so much power. Here is a simple exercise you can practice every day. Sit quietly for 1 minute. Close your eyes if you want. Watch your thoughts come and go. Do not chase them. Do not fight them. Do not judge them. Just notice them. At first, your mind may feel very busy. That is completely normal. After a few days, you will notice something amazing. Your thoughts will still come, but they will not control you as much as before. Remember, peace does not come because your mind becomes silent. Peace comes because you stop arguing with every thought that appears. This is a very powerful change. It may seem small, but it can improve every part of your life. Many people spend years fighting their minds. They become tired because they believe every battle must be won. But some battles do not need to be fought. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is simply let the thought pass without giving it your attention. Imagine holding a balloon in your hand. If you keep holding it tightly, your hand becomes tired. But if you open your hand, the balloon floats away. Negative thoughts are very similar. The more tightly you hold them, the heavier they feel. The moment you let them go, your mind becomes lighter. Today you learned a life-changing lesson. You do not have to stop your thoughts. You do not have to fight them. You only have to stop giving them so much power. You are the observer of your mind. You are not a prisoner of it. This is the beginning of real mental freedom. But one question is still waiting to be answered. If we should not fight our thoughts, then how do we make our minds calmer every day? Is there a simple daily habit that can reduce stress, increase focus, and make positive thinking feel more natural? The answer is yes. In the next lesson, you will discover the daily habits that mentally strong people use to keep their minds peaceful, clear, and under control. These simple habits may look small, but they can completely change the way you think and the way you live. Lesson 3. Daily habits that make your mind calm. Now you know something very important. You cannot stop every thought from coming into your mind, and you do not need to fight every negative thought. But this brings us to another question. If thoughts come naturally, then how can you make your mind calmer? The answer is simple. Your daily habits shape your daily thoughts. The way you live every day decides how your mind feels. Small habits may not seem powerful, but when you repeat them every day, they slowly change your thinking. This is how real transformation begins. Think about a garden. If you plant good seeds and take care of them every day, beautiful flowers will grow. But if you never remove the weeds, they will slowly take over the whole garden. Your mind works in the same way. Every day you are planting something in your mind. The question is, what are you planting? Are you planting fear, stress, and worry? Or are you planting peace, confidence, and hope? The first habit is to protect the first few minutes of your morning. Many people wake up and immediately pick up their phones. They check messages, watch videos, read bad news, or compare their lives with other people. Before they even leave their bed, their mind is already full of noise. Then they wonder why they feel tired and stressed all day. Your morning is like the first page of a new book. If the first page is full of fear and distraction, the rest of the day becomes harder. Instead, when you wake up, give yourself a few quiet minutes. Take a deep breath, stretch your body, drink a glass of water. Sit quietly and think about one good thing in your life. It does not have to be something big. Maybe you are thankful for your family. Maybe you are thankful for another chance to improve yourself. Maybe you're simply thankful that you are alive today. Gratitude may sound like a small habit, but it changes the direction of your thoughts. It reminds your brain that life is not only full of problems, it is also full of blessings. The second habit is moving your body every day. You do not need an expensive gym. You do not need special equipment. A simple walk can make a big difference. When you move your body, your brain also becomes healthier. Your stress becomes lower. Your energy becomes higher. Your thinking becomes clearer. Many people try to solve every problem by sitting and worrying. But sometimes the best thing you can do is stand up and take a walk. Your body and your mind are connected. When one becomes stronger, the other also becomes stronger. The third habit is getting enough sleep. Many people stay awake late at night. They watch videos for hours. They scroll through social media until their eyes become tired. Then they wake up feeling weak and unhappy. A tired brain creates tired thoughts. When your body does not get enough rest, even small problems begin to look very big. That is why good sleep is not a luxury. It is a necessity. A well-rested mind can think clearly. A tired mind often creates fear that is not even real. The fourth habit is writing your thoughts on paper. Many people keep every worry inside their minds. They think about the same problem again and again. The problem becomes bigger because it never leaves their head. But when you write your thoughts in a notebook, something amazing happens. Your mind becomes lighter. You begin to understand your feelings better. Sometimes you even find solutions while you are writing. You do not have to write perfect sentences. Just write honestly. Your notebook will never judge you. It will simply listen. The fifth habit is reading something positive every day. Your mind grows from what you feed it. If you only watch negative news, angry videos, and people complaining all the time, your thinking will slowly become negative too. But if you spend even 10 minutes reading a good book or learning something useful, your mind begins to grow in a better direction. Every page you read is like giving healthy food to your brain. Another powerful habit is learning to breathe slowly when you feel stressed. This may sound too simple, but it really works. When you are worried, your breathing becomes fast. Your body thinks there is danger. But when you slow your breathing, your body starts to relax. Your heart becomes calmer. Your mind also begins to slow down. The next time you feel fear, stop for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. Hold it for a few seconds, then breathe out slowly. Repeat this a few times. You will notice that your thoughts become less powerful. There is another habit that many successful people follow. They spend some time alone every day. We live in a noisy world. There is always music, television, phones, messages, and people talking. Your mind never gets a chance to rest. Even 5 or 10 minutes of quiet time can make a huge difference. Sit quietly without your phone. Listen to your breathing. Look outside the window. Enjoy the silence. In those quiet moments, your mind becomes clearer. One more habit is choosing your words carefully. Many people keep saying, "I cannot do this. I always fail. Nothing good happens to me." After repeating these sentences for months or years, they begin to believe them. Your words become your thoughts, and your thoughts become your actions. Instead of saying, "I cannot do it," say, "I am still learning." Instead of saying, "I always fail," say, "Every mistake teaches me something." These simple changes may look small, but they slowly build a stronger mind. Remember that you do not need to change your whole life in one day. That is another mistake people make. They become excited and decide to change everything at once. After a few days, they become tired and give up. Real success comes from small daily improvements. Even one good habit repeated every day can change your future. Imagine two people. One person improves only 1% every day. The other person never changes. At first, there is almost no difference between them. But after 1 year, the first person has completely transformed. Small steps become big results when you stay consistent. Your mind is always learning from what you do every day. If you practice calm habits, your mind becomes calmer. If you practice healthy habits, your thoughts become healthier. You do not become mentally strong by luck. You become mentally strong by what you repeat every single day. Today you learned that controlling your thoughts does not begin inside your mind. It begins with your daily habits, your morning routine, your sleep, your reading, your breathing, your exercise, and even your words all shape the way you think. Every small habit is like a vote for the person you want to become. Keep choosing the right habits, and one day you will look back and realize that your mind has become stronger than it ever was before. But there is still one challenge. Sometimes, even after building good habits, a sudden negative thought appears. It comes without warning. It tries to fill your mind with fear and doubt. What should you do at that exact moment? In the next lesson, You will learn a simple method that can stop a negative thought before it takes control of your emotions. It is easy to remember, easy to practice, and it can help you stay calm even in the most difficult situations. Lesson 4. A simple way to break negative thoughts. By now, you have learned that your thoughts are not always true. You have also learned that you should not fight every thought. Then you discovered that your daily habits slowly shape your mind. But there is still one problem. Sometimes a negative thought appears when you least expect it. It comes so fast that you do not even notice it. Within a few seconds, your mood changes, your confidence disappears, your heart starts beating faster, you feel trapped. Have you ever asked yourself, why did one small thought become such a big problem? The answer is simple. It is because you believed that thought before you questioned it. Today, you are going to learn a simple method that can stop this process before it grows bigger. Imagine you are walking on a road. Suddenly, someone calls your name. Would you follow every person who calls you? Of course not. You first look at the person. You decide if you know them. Then you choose whether to go or not. Your thoughts should be treated in the same way. Just because a thought calls your attention does not mean you have to follow it. Many people make the same mistake every day. A negative thought comes into their mind and they immediately believe it. They never stop to ask if it is true. They never question it. This gives the thought complete control. But from today, you are going to do something different. The moment a negative thought appears, stop for a few seconds. Do not react immediately. Do not let your emotions take control. Take one slow, deep breath. This small pause is very powerful. It gives your mind time to think clearly instead of reacting with fear. Now ask yourself one simple question. Is this a fact, or is it only a fear? This question may look very small, but it has helped many people break the cycle of negative thinking. Imagine you have an important interview tomorrow. A thought comes into your mind. I am going to fail. Before you would believe that thought and become nervous. But now you stop and ask yourself, is this a fact? The answer is no. The interview has not even happened yet. Your mind is only guessing. Suddenly, the fear becomes weaker because you no longer see it as the truth. Think about another situation. You make one small mistake at work or at school. Your mind says, I always make mistakes. I will never be successful. Stop for a moment. Is that really true? Have you always failed? No. Your brain has taken one small mistake and turned it into a huge story. The truth is much different. Everyone makes mistakes. Every successful person has failed many times before they succeeded. This is why questioning your thoughts is so important. Your first thought is not always your best thought. Sometimes your first thought comes from fear. Your second thought comes from wisdom. Here is another simple step. After you question the thought, replace it with a better one. Notice that I did not say replace it with a perfect thought. You do not have to tell yourself something you do not believe. Just choose a thought that is more helpful. Instead of saying I will fail, say I will do my best. Instead of saying I am not good enough, say I am learning every day. Instead of saying nobody likes me, say not everyone has to like me. These new thoughts are honest. They are calm. They help you move forward instead of keeping you stuck. Remember this important truth. Your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings influence your actions. Your actions create your future. That is why one small thought can change the direction of your whole day. Think about two people who face the same challenge. Both lose an important opportunity. The first person says, "My life is over." The second person says, "This is painful, but I will prepare better next time." They both experienced the same event, but their thoughts were different. A few months later, their lives are also different. The difference was not the problem. The difference was how they thought about the problem. This is called changing your perspective. Sometimes you cannot change the situation, but you can always change the way you look at it. Imagine you are caught in the rain. One person becomes angry and complains all day. Another person smiles and says, "The rain will stop soon." The rain is the same. The thinking is different. Life will never be perfect. There will always be delays, failures, disappointments, and difficult days. If you wait for a perfect life before feeling peaceful, you will wait forever. But if you learn to guide your thoughts, you can stay strong even when life becomes difficult. There is one more habit that can help you. Whenever you notice yourself thinking too much, bring your attention back to the present moment. Look around you. Notice what you can see. Listen to the sounds around you. Take a slow breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Your mind often creates fear by thinking too much about the future or by holding on to the past. Peace is always found in the present moment. The more you practice this method, the easier it becomes. At first, you may forget to pause. That is normal. Do not become disappointed. Every new skill takes time. Just keep practicing. One day you will notice that the thoughts which once controlled you no longer have the same power. Always remember that courage does not mean having no fear. Courage means taking the next step even when fear is standing beside you. Every time you choose a calm thought instead of a fearful one, you become mentally stronger. Little by little, your confidence grows. Your mind begins to trust you because you are leading it instead of following it. Today you learned a simple but life-changing method. Pause before reacting. Take a deep breath. Ask if the thought is a fact or only a fear. Then choose a better and more helpful thought. This simple practice can protect your peace, improve your confidence, and help you make better decisions every single day. But there is one hidden reason why many people still struggle with negative thinking. Even after learning all these methods, they keep feeling anxious and unhappy. Why? Because the people they spend time with, the videos they watch, and the information they consume every day quietly shape their minds. In the next lesson, you will discover how your environment controls your thoughts without you even realizing it, and how protecting your mind can completely change your life. Lesson 5. Protect your mind from negative influences. You have learned many powerful lessons in this journey. You now know that not every thought is true. You know that fighting your thoughts only makes them stronger. You have learned how daily habits create a peaceful mind. You have also discovered how to pause and question a negative thought before it controls you. But there is one important truth that many people never realize. Your thoughts do not come only from inside your mind. They are also shaped by everything around you. The people you spend time with, the videos you watch, the words you hear, and even the conversations you listen to can slowly change the way you think. If you want to control your thoughts, you must also protect what enters your mind. Imagine that your mind is like a beautiful garden. Every day, people throw seeds into that garden. Some seeds grow into colorful flowers, other seeds grow into weeds. If you do not pay attention, the weeds will slowly cover the whole garden. The same thing happens with your mind. Every word you hear and every picture you see becomes a seed. Good seeds create hope. Bad seeds create fear. Think about this. Have you ever watched sad news for a long time? After watching it, did you notice that your mood changed? Maybe you started feeling worried, even though nothing bad had happened to you. That is because your mind absorbs what it sees. The brain cannot always tell the difference between something happening to you and something you keep watching. This is why you must be careful about what you feed your mind every day. Social media is another powerful influence. There is nothing wrong with using it, but using it without control can harm your thinking. You open your phone for 5 minutes, and suddenly 1 hour has passed. During that time, you see people showing perfect lives, expensive cars, beautiful vacations, and great success. Slowly, your mind begins to compare your life with theirs. You start thinking, why is my life not like that? Why am I behind everyone else? These thoughts steal your happiness. The truth is that people usually show only the best moments of their lives. They do not show their failures, their fears, or their difficult days. You are comparing your real life with someone else's highlights. That is not fair to yourself. Every person has struggles that the world cannot see. Now think about the people around you. Some people always complain. Every conversation is full of problems. They blame others for everything. They never look for solutions. If you spend many hours with people like this, their thinking slowly becomes your thinking. You may not notice it at first, but little by little, you begin to complain more, worry more, and expect the worst. On the other hand, there are people who inspire others. They encourage you to grow. They believe in hard work. They speak with kindness. They look for solutions instead of excuses. When you spend time with people like this, your own thinking starts to improve. Their positive attitude becomes a part of your life. This does not mean you should stop talking to everyone who has a bad day. Everyone needs support sometimes. But you should be careful about people who choose negativity every single day. Their habits can become your habits if you are not careful. Books are another powerful influence. A good book can become a wise teacher. Every page gives you a new idea. Every chapter helps you see life in a better way. Even reading for 10 or 15 minutes each day can slowly change your thinking. Great ideas enter your mind one page at a time. The same is true for the videos you watch. Ask yourself a simple question. After watching this video, do I feel stronger or weaker? Do I feel hopeful or hopeless? Does this help me become a better person? If the answer is no, then maybe it is time to choose better content. Remember, your attention is valuable. Do not give it away to things that make your life worse. Give it to things that help you grow. Your future depends on where your attention goes every day. Another hidden influence is the words you speak to yourself. Even when no one else is around, you are still having conversations inside your own mind. If you keep saying, "I am unlucky," your brain starts looking for proof. If you keep saying, "I never succeed," your brain begins to believe it. But if you start saying, "I can improve," your brain also starts looking for ways to help you improve. Your mind listens to you all the time. Be careful about the story you tell yourself. Make sure it is a story that gives you strength, not fear. There is another habit that can protect your mind. Spend time in nature whenever you can. Walk in a park, sit under a tree, watch the sunrise or the sunset, listen to the birds. Nature has a quiet way of calming the mind. It reminds you that life is bigger than your worries. Sometimes the peace you are looking for is waiting outside, not on your phone. Also learn to enjoy silence. Many people are afraid of being alone with their thoughts. They keep music, videos, or TV on all day because they do not want silence. But silence is not your enemy. Silence gives your mind a chance to rest. It helps you think clearly. It helps you understand yourself better. Every day, ask yourself one important question. What am I feeding my mind today? If the answer is fear, anger, and comparison, then your thoughts will become heavy. If the answer is knowledge, gratitude, kindness, and hope, then your thoughts will become stronger and healthier. Never forget that protecting your mind is not selfish. It is necessary. Just as you protect your body from unhealthy food, you must also protect your mind from unhealthy ideas. You cannot expect a peaceful mind if you keep filling it with negativity. Today you learned that your environment shapes your thinking more than you realize. The people around you, the books you read, the videos you watch, the words you speak, and the time you spend all work together to build your mindset. When you choose better influences, better thoughts naturally follow. Now, only one lesson remains. It is the most powerful lesson of all. You have learned how thoughts work, how to question them, how to build healthy habits, and how to protect your mind. But how do you make these lessons part of your life forever? How do you become someone who stays calm even when life becomes difficult? In the final lesson, you will discover the mindset that mentally strong people live by every single day. It is simple, powerful, and it can completely change the direction of your life. Lesson 6: Master your thoughts, master your life. You have reached the final lesson, and I want to say something important. If you have watched this video until now, it means you truly want to change your life. That is a great decision. Many people spend their whole lives trying to change their job, their money, or the people around them, but they never try to change the way they think. They keep waiting for life to become easy. The truth is, life will always have challenges. There will be good days and bad days. There will be success and failure. There will be moments when you feel strong and moments when you feel weak. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can learn to control how you respond. That is where your real power begins. Take a moment and think about your life. How many times did you stop yourself because of fear? Maybe you wanted to speak in English, but you were afraid of making mistakes. Maybe you wanted to start a business, but you were afraid of failure. Maybe you wanted to follow your dream, but you were worried about what people would say. In many of these situations, the biggest obstacle was not the outside world. It was the story inside your own mind. Now think about everything you have learned. You discovered that not every thought is true. You learned that fighting your thoughts gives them more power. You learned that your daily habits shape your mind. You learned how to pause before believing a negative thought. You also learned that your environment quietly influences the way you think. These lessons are not just ideas. They are tools. And tools become powerful only when you use them. Do not expect your mind to change in one day. Imagine planting a small tree. You cannot water it today and expect it to become tall tomorrow. It needs time. It needs care. It needs patience. Your mind grows in the same way. Every day you choose a better thought, you are watering that tree. Every day you practice a healthy habit, its roots become stronger. One day you will look back and realize that you are not the same person anymore. There will be days when negative thoughts return. Do not be surprised. Do not become disappointed. This does not mean you are failing. It simply means you are human. Even the strongest people have difficult days. The difference is that they do not stay there. They remind themselves of what they have learned, and they keep moving forward. Always remember this. You are stronger than one bad day. You are stronger than one mistake. You are stronger than one failure. A single moment does not decide your future. Your daily choices do. Many people believe confidence comes first. They think, when I feel confident, I will take action. But life works in the opposite way. Action creates confidence. Every small step you take teaches your mind that you are capable. Every challenge you face makes you a little braver. Confidence is built one action at a time. Imagine a child learning to walk. The child falls again and again, but the child never says, "Walking is not for me." The child simply stands up and tries again. That is why every child learns to walk. Now ask yourself an honest question. Why do adults give up so quickly? Why do we allow one failure to stop us? The answer is fear. But today you know something that many people never learn. Fear is only a feeling. It does not have to become your future. From today, make a promise to yourself. Promise that you will no longer believe every negative thought. Promise that you will speak kindly to yourself. Promise that you will protect your mind from unnecessary negativity. Promise that you will keep learning, even when progress feels slow. Do not compare your journey with anyone else. Someone may be ahead of you today, but that does not mean you are behind in life. Every person has a different path. The only person you should compare yourself with is the person you were yesterday. If you are becoming a little wiser, a little calmer, and a little stronger every day, then you are already winning. Never forget the power of small improvements. Reading a few pages each day may not seem like much. Taking a short walk may not seem important. Writing your thoughts in a notebook may look simple, but these small actions repeated every day create a powerful mind. Great success is built from small daily habits. There is one sentence I want you to remember for the rest of your life. You cannot always choose your first thought, but you can always choose your next thought. That one choice can change your mood, your decisions, your relationships, and even your future. Whenever life becomes difficult, stop for a moment. Take a deep breath. Remember everything you learned in this video. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? If it is hurting you, let it go. Replace it with a better thought. Then take the next small step forward. That is how mentally strong people live. They do not wait for fear to disappear. They move forward with courage. 1 year from today, your life can be completely different, not because of luck, not because someone else changed your life, but because you decided to control your thoughts instead of allowing your thoughts to control you. Every great achievement begins inside the mind. Every successful person was once a beginner who chose to keep going. As we come to the end of this journey, remember this simple truth. Your mind is like a powerful machine. If you learn to guide it, it can help you build the life you dream about. If you leave it without direction, it will often fill your life with fear and doubt. The choice is in your hands every single day. Before you leave, I have one small challenge for you. For the next 7 days, whenever a negative thought enters your mind, do not believe it immediately. Pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself if it is a fact or just fear. Then choose one better thought and one positive action. Do this every day for 1 week. You may be surprised by how much your mind begins to change. Thank you for spending your valuable time with me today. I truly hope this video helps you become calmer, stronger, and more confident. Remember, you do not need a perfect mind to live a happy life. You only need a trained mind. If you enjoyed this video and learned something valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow and allows me to create more videos that can change lives. And now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, which negative thought do you want to control from today? I read your comments, and I would love to know your story. Thank you for watching. Keep learning, keep growing, keep believing in yourself. I will see you in the next video.